Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise, no matter how many times life knocks them down? It's not always because they're the most talented or the most connected. Often, it's because they've mastered the power of their words. Every day, without even realizing it, many of us speak defeat over our own lives. We say things like, "I'm not good enough," "Nothing ever works out for me," or "I always mess things up." And those words don't just disappear, they shape our reality. But what if you discovered that your words carry life and death? That your tongue is not just a tool for communication, but a powerful spiritual weapon that can either build your future or destroy it. The Bible says life and death are in the power of the tongue. That means every time you speak, you're planting seeds into your future, seeds of growth or seeds of limitation. In this speech, you'll discover how to speak blessings over your life daily, how to use your words to renew your mind, shift your environment, and unlock the breakthroughs you've been praying for. No matter what your past looks like, no matter what others have said about you, you have the power to declare something new, something greater. This is not just motivation. This is a life-changing principle rooted in divine truth. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and get ready to speak the life you were created to live.
The power of words is something many people overlook or underestimate. Every single day we engage in countless conversations, both with others and ourselves. However, what we often fail to realize is that the words we speak are not just fleeting sounds, they are powerful forces that shape our lives in ways we may not even fully understand. The words we say carry energy and intention, influencing not only the way we perceive the world, but also how the world responds to us. When we speak, we give voice to our thoughts, and those thoughts are shaped by our beliefs, emotions, and experiences. This creates a feedback loop. The words we speak affect our mindset, and our mindset in turn influences the way we interact with the world. If we constantly speak words of doubt, negativity, or fear, we're effectively programming ourselves for failure, disappointment, and limitation. On the other hand, when we speak words of hope, encouragement, gratitude, and love, we're setting ourselves up for success, joy, and fulfillment. Think about how you feel when someone gives you a genuine compliment or expresses their belief in your abilities. It can uplift you, inspire confidence, and motivate you to take on challenges. Now consider how you feel when someone criticizes you or speaks negatively about your efforts. The impact can be discouraging, and it may even cause you to second-guess yourself. The words of others can have a profound effect on our emotions, self-esteem, and actions, but what about the words we say to ourselves? The way we speak to ourselves has an even greater influence because, unlike external feedback, we're constantly listening to our own inner dialogue. Our self-talk shapes our sense of self-worth, our expectations, and our attitudes toward life. If we're constantly telling ourselves that we're not good enough, not capable, or not worthy of success, we internalize those messages, and they begin to define our reality. We limit ourselves based on the negative things we say to ourselves, often without even realizing it. The good news is that we have the power to change our reality simply by changing the words we speak. Just as negative words can limit us, positive, affirming words can expand our potential and open up new possibilities. By speaking words of encouragement, we start to believe in our own potential. When we affirm our strengths and abilities, we begin to act with more confidence and clarity. This shift in mindset creates a ripple effect, impacting not only our personal lives, but also our relationships, careers, and overall well-being. Words are creative tools. Every time we speak, we're laying down a foundation for the future we want to build. When we speak blessings, we're creating an atmosphere of abundance and possibility. By declaring positive affirmations and expressing gratitude, we invite more of the things we desire into our lives. For example, speaking blessings over your career might involve saying things like, "I am capable of achieving great things, opportunities are constantly coming my way." Or, "I am worthy of success and prosperity." By making these declarations, you're not just speaking empty words, you're planting seeds in your subconscious mind that will ultimately help you manifest the outcomes you desire. Words can help us align with our deeper values and aspirations. When we speak blessings upon ourselves, we are reminding ourselves of our worth and our purpose. In times of uncertainty or difficulty, it's easy to lose sight of who we are and what we're capable of. But by speaking words of blessing, we reconnect with our inner strength, reaffirming our belief in ourselves and our ability to overcome challenges. This self-empowerment is crucial in maintaining resilience and perseverance as we navigate the ups and downs of life. Our words not only affect our internal world, but also influence our external circumstances. When we speak positively, we radiate confidence and attract positivity into our lives. People are drawn to those who speak with assurance and optimism because energy is contagious. By speaking blessings over ourselves, we create an energy field that attracts the right people, opportunities, and situations into our lives. It's not magic, it's the law of attraction in action. What we focus on and speak about tends to expand. This power of words is especially important in how we respond to setbacks or challenges. Life is full of obstacles, and it's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned. However, by speaking words of resilience, we can shift our mindset from one of defeat to one of possibility. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," try saying, "I am capable of overcoming this challenge." Rather than thinking, "This will never work," try thinking, "I will find a way through this." The more we speak with a mindset of growth and possibility, the more we condition ourselves to overcome difficulties with strength and optimism. The words we speak shape the path we walk. They set the tone for our lives and determine the outcomes we experience. If you want to create a life of success, happiness, and fulfillment, it all starts with speaking blessings over yourself. The more you speak words of encouragement, belief, and gratitude, the more you reinforce a mindset that attracts those very things into your life. So choose your words carefully, for they are the building blocks of your future. Speak blessings over yourself and watch as your world transforms. Self-blessing is one of the most empowering practices you can incorporate into your daily life. It's the recognition that your worth, your potential, and your success do not depend on external validation, but on your own belief in yourself. Many of us look outside of ourselves for approval, whether it's from our parents, friends, colleagues, or society at large. We seek affirmation from others, hoping that their recognition of our talents, abilities, and worth will give us the confidence we need to move forward. However, the truth is that no amount of external validation will ever be as powerful as the validation you give yourself. When you learn to bless yourself, you begin to acknowledge your own value even when no one else does. This isn't about being arrogant or self-centered. It's about being rooted in your own identity and believing in your ability to create the life you want. When you speak blessings over yourself, you affirm your worth, you honor your journey, and you give yourself permission to succeed, regardless of the opinions or judgments of others. This practice is a declaration of self-love and self-respect, and it forms the foundation for all personal growth and success. It's important to understand that self-blessing is not a one-time event, but a continuous process. Every day we have the opportunity to speak life into ourselves. We live in a world that often tells us we are not enough, whether it's the pressure to look a certain way, achieve specific milestones by certain ages, or conform to societal expectations. The constant bombardment of these external messages can erode our self-confidence and create feelings of inadequacy. But when you learn to bless yourself, you begin to push back against those negative narratives. You start to redefine your own story, free from the constraints of outside opinions. One of the most powerful aspects of self-blessing is that it allows you to take full responsibility for your life. It's easy to fall into the trap of blaming circumstances, other people, or the past for our current situation. We might tell ourselves, if only I had better opportunities, if only I had more support, or if only things had turned out differently. While it's true that we can't always control external circumstances, we can control how we respond to them. By blessing ourselves, we empower ourselves to take control of our future. We acknowledge that no matter where we are right now, we have the ability to move forward, to change, and to grow. Self-blessing also helps us develop resilience. Life is full of challenges, and it's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned. However, we bless ourselves, we affirm our ability to overcome obstacles. We remind ourselves that we have faced challenges before and come through them stronger, and we have the strength to do so again. The words we speak to ourselves during difficult times can either lift us up or drag us down. By speaking blessings, we choose to rise above adversity, knowing that we have the resources within us to persevere and succeed. This practice of self-blessing doesn't just apply to our personal challenges, but also to our achievements. Often we wait for others to acknowledge our accomplishments before we feel worthy of celebrating them. We may think, I'll feel proud of myself when others recognize my success, but the truth is that true fulfillment comes when we learn to acknowledge our own achievements, regardless of whether or not anyone else does. When we speak blessings over ourselves for our accomplishments, big or small, we affirm that we are worthy of recognition and success. We create a habit of self-acknowledgement, which builds confidence and motivation to continue striving toward our goals. One of the greatest gifts of self-blessing is that it fosters a deep sense of self-love. Many people struggle with self-acceptance because they feel they are not enough, whether it's because of past mistakes, failures, or the belief that they don't meet some external standard of success. But self-blessing encourages us to embrace our flaws and imperfections. It teaches us that we are deserving of love and kindness, not because we're perfect, but because we are human. By blessing ourselves, we begin to treat ourselves with the same compassion, understanding, and encouragement that we would offer to a close friend or loved one. We stop being our harshest critic and start being our own greatest supporter. Self-blessing allows us to tap into our full potential. When we speak words of affirmation and encouragement, we reinforce the belief that we can achieve anything we set our minds to. We remove the barriers of self-doubt and fear that often hold us back from pursuing our dreams. Blessing ourselves is a declaration that we are worthy of all the good things that life has to offer. It shifts our mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility. By practicing self-blessing, we also cultivate a greater sense of peace and contentment. In a world that constantly demands more from us, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and unfulfilled. We might chase after external validation, thinking it will bring us happiness, only to find that it's never enough. But when we learn to bless ourselves, we begin to recognize that true fulfillment comes from within. We stop relying on others to fill our emotional cup and start nourishing ourselves with the love and encouragement we need to thrive. Self-blessing is a powerful practice that can transform your life. By learning to bless yourself, you take control of your narrative, embrace your worth, and empower yourself to create the life you desire. It's not about waiting for someone else to validate you, it's about recognizing that you are enough as you are. You have the ability to shape your own future, and the words you speak to yourself are the first step in making that future a reality. Overcoming negativity is one of the most transformative and essential aspects of personal growth. We live in a world where negativity often surrounds us, both internally and externally. Whether it's the critical voice in our own minds or the negativity from others, it can sometimes feel like a heavy weight, holding us back from reaching our fullest potential. However, the truth is that we have the power to break free from this negativity, and it starts with the words we choose to speak. The importance of replacing negative self-talk and external criticisms with affirmations of empowerment cannot be overstated. Doing so not only frees us from the shackles of doubt and fear, but also opens up a path to greater success, peace, and fulfillment. Negative self-talk is something that many people struggle with, often without even realizing it. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that we are not good enough, capable enough, or worthy of success. These thoughts can emerge from past experiences, societal pressures, or comparisons with others. Over time, if these thoughts are left unchecked, they begin to influence the way we see ourselves and the way we approach life. When we constantly tell ourselves that we're not smart enough, not attractive enough, or not deserving of happiness, we begin to accept these negative beliefs as truth. This inner dialogue shapes our self-esteem, our confidence, and our actions, ultimately leading us to limit our own potential. But the good news is that we can change this narrative. The first step in overcoming negativity is becoming aware of it. We must begin to recognize when negative thoughts are creeping into our minds. Often these thoughts become so ingrained in our thinking patterns that we don't even question them. But once we become conscious of them, we can challenge them. We can replace them with positive affirmations that affirm our worth, our capabilities, and our potential. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough for this," we can choose to think, "I am capable of succeeding in this challenge." This simple shift in mindset has the power to change how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. One of the most powerful ways to counteract negativity is through the use of positive affirmations. Affirmations are statements that declare our desired truth, even if we don't yet fully believe them. These declarations act as reminders of our worth, reminding us that we are deserving of success, happiness, and fulfillment. When we repeat these affirmations daily, they begin to replace the negative beliefs we've internalized over the years. Affirmations work by rewiring our subconscious mind, gradually transforming our thought patterns. By consistently speaking positive, empowering words over ourselves, we start to believe in our abilities and see opportunities where we once saw obstacles. While positive affirmations are essential, overcoming negativity also requires us to take responsibility for our mindset. It's easy to blame external factors, our upbringing, our circumstances, or the actions of others for our current situation. But in order to truly take control of our lives, we must understand that our thoughts, words, and actions are what shape our reality. We are not helpless victims of our circumstances. The words we speak, whether to ourselves or others, have the power to influence the outcomes of our lives. By speaking blessings and affirmations, we empower ourselves to rise above any negativity that may be present. Negativity from others can also have a significant impact on our lives. Whether it's criticism from a friend, judgment from a colleague, or negativity from family members, external negativity can chip away at our self-confidence and sense of self-worth. However, we do not have to internalize the negative opinions of others. The opinions of others are often reflections of their own insecurities or biases, and they do not define our value. Learning to separate ourselves from the negativity of others is a crucial step in overcoming it. When faced with criticism or judgment, we can choose to respond with kindness, confidence, and self-assurance. We can remind ourselves that the opinions of others do not dictate who we are or what we are capable of. Another important aspect of overcoming negativity is creating a positive environment for ourselves. We often underestimate the impact that our surroundings, relationships, and daily interactions have on our mindset. If we are constantly surrounded by negative people or toxic situations, it becomes more difficult to maintain a positive outlook. It's essential to evaluate the influences in our lives and make conscious decisions to distance ourselves from negativity whenever possible. Surrounding ourselves with positive, uplifting people and experiences creates an environment where growth, joy, and success can flourish. This includes curating the media we consume, the conversations we engage in, and the people we allow into our lives. By consciously choosing to immerse ourselves in positivity, we make it easier to overcome negative thoughts and focus on what truly matters. One of the most empowering aspects of overcoming negativity is the realization that we have the ability to control our own perspective. Life is full of challenges and difficulties, but how we respond to these challenges is what ultimately determines our success. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable problems, we can choose to view them as opportunities for growth. By shifting our mindset from one of defeat to one of possibility, we open ourselves up to creative solutions and new paths forward. Negative situations no longer define us, but rather they become stepping stones toward greater strength and resilience. Overcoming negativity is an essential part of living a fulfilling and successful life. It begins with recognizing and challenging negative self-talk, replacing it with empowering affirmations, and taking responsibility for our mindset. It also requires distancing ourselves from the negativity of others and creating a positive environment that supports our growth. By choosing to speak blessings and affirmations over ourselves, we begin to free ourselves from the limitations imposed by negativity. As we develop the practice of overcoming negativity, we cultivate a mindset that is not only resilient but also empowered to create the life we desire. With every positive thought, word, and action, we move closer to realizing our full potential. The concept of creating your own destiny is one of the most profound and liberating ideas we can embrace. So often, people feel like life is happening to them, like they are merely reacting to circumstances that are beyond their control. Whether it's the choices of others, the influence of society, or unforeseen events, it can seem as though our futures are determined by forces outside of ourselves. But the truth is, we have the power to shape our own destiny. And this power begins with the way we speak to ourselves. Speaking blessings upon yourself is not just a practice of affirmation, it is a declaration that you are in charge of your life, that you have the agency to create the future you desire. One of the most important aspects of creating your own destiny is understanding that you are not defined by your past or your current circumstances. Your history, while it may have shaped who you are, does not have to dictate who you will become. Many people hold themselves back because they feel limited by their past mistakes, failures, or shortcomings. They think that because they faced challenges in the past, they are somehow destined to continue facing the same struggles in the future. But this mindset is one of the biggest obstacles to creating your own destiny. It's only when you let go of past limitations that you can move forward with confidence and purpose. By speaking blessings over yourself, you begin to redefine what is possible for you, regardless of what has happened before. When you speak blessings upon yourself, you are essentially creating a roadmap for your future. Every word you speak has the power to plant seeds of possibility in your mind. For example, when you say, "I am capable of achieving my goals," You are not only reinforcing your belief in your own abilities, but also programming your subconscious to seek out opportunities that align with this belief. Your words act as a compass, guiding you toward the life you want to create. This is the essence of speaking blessings. It's a conscious choice to declare that you will not let external circumstances control your fate. Instead, you will choose the path that aligns with your deepest desires and aspirations. At the heart of creating your own destiny is the power of choice. Every day we are faced with choices, some small, some significant, that shape the course of our lives. These choices are influenced by the thoughts we have, the beliefs we hold, and the words we speak. When you speak blessings over yourself, you are making a choice to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. You are choosing to believe that you can achieve your dreams, that success is within your reach, and that you have everything you need to create the life you envision. This shift in mindset is powerful because it empowers you to take action. Rather than waiting for things to happen to you, you begin to take proactive steps toward your goals, knowing that the future is not something that happens to you, but something you actively create. When we talk about creating our own destiny, it's also important to recognize that this is a lifelong process. It's not something that happens overnight. The key to creating lasting change and success is consistency. By consistently speaking blessings upon yourself, you create a positive feedback loop. Every time you affirm your worth, your potential, and your goals, you reinforce these beliefs in your subconscious mind, which in turn influences your actions. Over time, these actions build momentum, and the small steps you take each day compound into significant progress toward your dreams. The future you are creating isn't something that is solely dependent on luck or circumstances. It's the result of the choices you make every day, fueled by the empowering words you speak to yourself. One of the most powerful aspects of speaking blessings over yourself in the process of creating your own destiny is that it helps to overcome fear and doubt. When we pursue something new or step outside of our comfort zones, fear can often be a major barrier. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown can keep us stuck, preventing us from taking the necessary steps toward the life we want. But by speaking blessings, you begin to shift your mindset from one of fear to one of possibility. You start to believe that failure is not something to be feared, but something to learn from. You begin to trust in your own abilities and develop the resilience needed to face challenges head-on. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth, knowing that they are merely stepping stones on the path to your ultimate success. Another important aspect of creating your own destiny is understanding that you are deserving of everything you desire. Many people struggle with feelings of unworthiness, believing that they are not deserving of success, love, or abundance. This belief often stems from past experiences or societal conditioning that tells us we must earn our worth. But when you speak blessings upon yourself, you are making the declaration that you are worthy of everything good in life, simply because you exist. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You are deserving of success, happiness, and prosperity, and your words of affirmation reinforce this truth. By embracing your worth, you remove the self-imposed limitations that have kept you from pursuing your dreams, and you open yourself up to receive all that life has to offer. In creating your own destiny, it's also essential to trust the process. Too often we expect immediate results and become discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as we'd like. However, creating a meaningful and fulfilling life takes time. Speaking blessings upon yourself helps you cultivate patience and faith in the process. It reminds you that every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your desired future. By trusting the journey, you free yourself from the pressure of needing instant gratification, allowing yourself to enjoy the process of becoming the person you are meant to be. Creating your own destiny is an act of empowerment that begins with speaking blessings upon yourself. Your words are not just reflections of your current reality, they are the building blocks of your future. When you declare your worth, affirm your potential, and speak life into your goals, you set the course for a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. By consistently choosing to speak blessings and take action toward your dreams, you create a future that is uniquely yours, one that is shaped by your own choices and the empowering words you speak every day. The idea that you are what you speak is not just a metaphor, but a fundamental truth that shapes our lives. The words we choose to speak, whether out loud or internally, have a profound impact on our emotions, thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately our reality. Every day we are either affirming our potential and success or reinforcing doubt and fear with our words. These words spoken with intention hold the power to change the direction of our lives. The idea of speaking blessings upon yourself is a practice that taps into this truth, enabling you to harness the power of words to create the life you want to live. Our internal dialogue often reflects the beliefs we have about ourselves, and these beliefs shape how we view the world. If we believe that we are not good enough, capable enough, or deserving of success, these beliefs will be reflected in the words we speak, both to ourselves and to others. When we say things like, "I'm not smart enough, I'll never be successful," or "I can't do this," we are reinforcing a negative narrative that limits our potential. Over time, these repeated words not only reinforce negative beliefs, but they also become self-fulfilling prophecies. If we continue to tell ourselves that we cannot achieve our goals, we begin to unconsciously act in ways that prevent us from doing so. When we speak words of affirmation and encouragement, we align ourselves with the best version of who we are. Speaking blessings over yourself is an act of choosing to focus on your strengths, your potential, and the possibilities that lie ahead. When you affirm statements like, "I am capable, I am deserving of success," or "I have the power to create change," you begin to shift your mindset from one of limitation to one of empowerment. These words help you develop a positive self-image and reinforce the belief that you are in control of your destiny. This process of reinforcing positive beliefs through your words is a powerful tool for transformation. The words you speak don't just affect your mindset, they also influence your actions. When you speak positively about yourself, you are more likely to take the necessary steps toward your goals. Positive self-talk helps you overcome doubt and fear, which often act as roadblocks when pursuing dreams. For example, if you face a challenging situation and you tell yourself, "I am strong enough to handle this," or "I can find a solution," you are empowering yourself to act with confidence and resilience. On the other hand, if you tell yourself, "This is too hard, I can't do it," you may become paralyzed by fear and fail to take action. The words we speak shape our behavior and influence the decisions we make. One of the most profound effects of speaking blessings upon yourself is the way it shapes your perception of the world around you. When you speak positively about yourself and your abilities, you begin to see opportunities where others might see obstacles. Your mindset shifts from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you start focusing on what you have, and this shift in perspective opens the door to new possibilities. It is through this lens of abundance that you begin to recognize that you are not limited by your current circumstances, but rather empowered by the resources and opportunities available to you. Your words help you create a mindset of abundance, which in turn influences the choices you make and the opportunities you pursue. The impact of words is not just limited to what we say to ourselves, it extends to how we communicate with others. The way we speak to others can either build them up or tear them down. When we speak blessings over others, we uplift them, encourage them, and inspire them to see their own potential. Just as we can empower ourselves with our words, we have the ability to empower those around us. The words we use with others can create an environment of positivity and possibility, where everyone feels supported and encouraged. Likewise, the words we use to communicate with ourselves set the tone for how we perceive our own lives. When we speak kindly and lovingly to ourselves, we create an environment of self-compassion and self-worth, allowing us to thrive. The act of speaking blessings is also deeply connected to the concept of gratitude. When we speak blessings upon ourselves, we are not only affirming our potential, but also expressing gratitude for who we are and what we have. Gratitude is a powerful force that shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in our lives. By speaking blessings, we acknowledge the blessings already present within us and in our lives, cultivating a mindset of appreciation. This practice of gratitude not only boosts our mood, but also attracts more positive experiences and opportunities into our lives. When we speak blessings, we are expressing our gratitude for our unique abilities, our strengths, and the countless possibilities that lie ahead. In a world that often encourages comparison, criticism, and competition, Speaking blessings upon yourself is an act of radical self-acceptance. It is a reminder that you are enough as you are and that you do not need to prove your worth to anyone. By consistently speaking words of encouragement and positivity, you reject the notion that you are defined by the opinions or judgments of others. You begin to see your value and potential regardless of external validation. Speaking blessings upon yourself is an act of honoring your true self. And in doing so, you create an environment in which your best qualities can flourish. The words you speak to yourself become the foundation for your self-worth, and this self-worth becomes the driving force behind everything you do. The words you speak upon yourself are powerful agents of change. They shape your thoughts, influence your behavior, and reality in which you live. By speaking blessings over yourself, you align yourself with positivity, confidence, and empowerment. You begin to reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving your dreams and that you deserve the success, happiness, and fulfillment you seek. The words you choose to speak are not just fleeting expressions, they are the building blocks of the life you are creating. Therefore, choose your words wisely, speak blessings upon yourself daily, and watch as your life begins to transform. The importance of self-belief cannot be overstated, as it is the cornerstone of achieving success and personal fulfillment. Believing in oneself is the first step toward creating the life we desire, and it is the foundation upon which all other achievements are built. Without self-belief, even the most talented and capable individuals can find themselves stuck, unable to take the necessary steps toward their goals. Self-belief is not something that comes naturally to everyone. It is a skill that must be cultivated and nurtured over time. One of the most effective ways to strengthen this belief is through the power of words. The things we say to ourselves, both consciously and unconsciously, shape our reality and influence how we view our potential. By speaking blessings upon yourself, you are actively reinforcing your belief in your abilities, worth, and future. Self-doubt is a common experience for many people, especially when faced with new challenges or unfamiliar situations. It is easy to fall into the trap of questioning whether we are good enough or capable enough to succeed. These feelings of inadequacy can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking risks or pursuing our dreams. However, self-belief is the antidote to this kind of doubt. When you believe in yourself, you view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to avoid. You recognize that mistakes are a natural part of the learning process, and you embrace them as stepping stones towards success. Self-belief empowers you to take action even when the path ahead seems uncertain, knowing that you have the resilience and strength to overcome whatever comes your way. Speaking blessings upon yourself is a powerful tool for cultivating and reinforcing self-belief. Every time you speak words of affirmation and encouragement, you are sending a message to your subconscious mind that you are capable and deserving of success. These words serve as reminders of your worth and potential, helping to counteract the negative self-talk that often holds us back. For example, when you say to yourself, "I am worthy of success, I am capable of achieving my dreams," or "I trust in my abilities," you are not just repeating empty phrases, you are training your mind to focus on your strengths, your potential, and the limitless possibilities that lie before you. Over time, these affirmations become ingrained in your thinking, replacing doubt with confidence and uncertainty with clarity. One of the most important aspects of self-belief is the ability to recognize and embrace your unique strengths and qualities. Often people struggle with self-belief because they compare themselves to others, measuring their worth against external standards. This comparison can lead to feelings of inadequacy, as we convince ourselves that we are not as capable, talented, or successful as those around us. However, true self-belief comes from understanding that your unique qualities, talents, and experiences make you one of a kind. There is no one else in the world exactly like you, and that is something to be celebrated. By speaking blessings upon yourself, you affirm your individuality and your right to succeed on your own terms. You begin to see that you are not in competition with others, rather you are on your own unique journey, and your self-belief is what will propel you forward. Self-belief also requires you to cultivate resilience and persistence. It's not enough to believe in yourself in moments of success or when things are going well. True self-belief is tested in the face of adversity. When challenges arise, it is easy to become discouraged and question your abilities. However, when you have a strong foundation of self-belief, you are able to persevere in the face of difficulty. You understand that setbacks are a natural part of the process, and you do not allow them to define you. Speaking blessings upon yourself during times of adversity is crucial. Words like, "I am strong enough to overcome this challenge is an opportunity for growth. And I have the power to succeed," help you stay focused on your goal and remind you that you have the inner strength to push through any obstacle. Another important aspect of self-belief is the willingness to take action. Believing in yourself is not enough on its own. You must also take the steps necessary to turn your dreams into reality. Self-belief empowers you to take risks, make decisions, and move forward even when the future is uncertain. It gives you the courage to step outside your comfort zone and pursue your goals with confidence. When you speak blessings upon yourself, you are reminding yourself that you have everything you need to succeed. These affirmations serve as a catalyst for action, propelling you to take the necessary steps toward your goals. The more you believe in yourself, the more you will trust your instincts, take decisive action, and move closer to the life you desire. One of the most transformative aspects of self-belief is its ability to attract positive opportunities and experiences. When you believe in yourself, you exude confidence and positivity, which draws people, opportunities, and resources toward you. Your belief in your own potential becomes a magnet for success. Others are more likely to believe in you and support you when they see that you believe in yourself. Moreover, self-belief enables you to recognize and seize opportunities that others may overlook. You are able to see potential where others see limitations, and you are more willing to take the necessary risks to pursue those opportunities. It is important to remember that self-belief is not about arrogance or superiority. It is not about thinking you are better than others or feeling entitled to success. Rather, self-belief is about recognizing your inherent worth, trusting in your abilities, and taking ownership of your journey. It is a quiet confidence that comes from within, grounded in the knowledge that you are capable of achieving your dreams. When you speak blessings upon yourself, you are affirming your worth and reinforcing the belief that you have the power to shape your own future. This inner confidence is what will carry you through the challenges and obstacles that inevitably arise on the road to success. In conclusion, self-belief is the foundation of success and personal growth. It is the key to overcoming self-doubt, taking action, and creating the life you desire. Speaking blessings upon yourself is one of the most powerful ways to cultivate and reinforce this belief. The words you speak shape your reality, and by choosing to speak words of affirmation, encouragement, and positivity, you are actively creating a mindset of confidence and possibility. With self-belief as your foundation, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Speak blessings over yourself. Trust in your abilities and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible.